Hi everyone, it's Joy from the Denver, Colorado area here in the United States, and I have a really sweet project to show you tonight. I'm going to try to refresh my computer so I can see your comments, and I am going to be the last presenter for tonight. Let's see if I can bring this down and find myself on my laptop. Okay, is it doing anything? Well, that's nice. I don't know what's, oh, there we go. I think that's me. Yay. Okay, my laptop's just a little bit delayed. So I am using the Sweet Candy Canes bundle. That's the Sweet Candy Canes stamp set with the candy canes dies. And these are some fabulous dies. It has candy canes going 2 different directions and a few other pieces and this great background piece. But I'm going to be using these candy cane pieces tonight. I'm also going to be pulling in the Wintry 3D embossing folder pack. It's a pack of 2, and they are the narrower ones, so you can use them in your mini, which is really fantastic. And these are in the annual catalog, so I love bringing in products from the annual catalog that go with the mini catalog. So the Sweet Candy Canes bundle is in the mini catalog, the July to December mini catalog. Yes, that is fabulous, DSP. And so this is the entire suite of products. I'm just going to be using the Sweet Candy Canes bundle and then the Sweetest Christmas Designer Series paper. And you can see the bundle price in the back of this catalog. So you save 10% by getting the stamp set and the dies together. So let's go ahead and move a couple things out of the way. So this designer series paper is just, it just screams Christmas to me, because I just think of, peppermint candy canes, and all the, fresh and fun and sweet things of Christmas. So we have all these great patterns on the front and then more great patterns on the back as usual. Now this piece here is sized exactly to fit these 2 dies that come in this bundle. So you can actually, if you lay them out right, you can actually cut 2 of them at the same time, which is a little bit of a time saver if you want candy canes going 2 different directions. So let's set this aside and bring in my sample. So I have this sample. I thought it was very fun. Now this is the size for the A4 card base, and this is the A2 card base. And again, you can see how you have the different candy canes going the different directions. So the difference in these is just, one is just a little bit shorter this way and a little bit longer on the other direction. And I did this just to show you how you can take the same basic pieces other than your card base and use them on both cards. You do have to make your basic white and your pool party layer just a little bit longer to match the width of your card base. So let's get that over here. See if I can move that over there. And I need this one in frame as well. So let me bring in a card base in Garden Green. So to refresh your memory on the size of card base, this is a 5.5 by 8.5 inches, or it would be the equivalent of, let's see, 14 by 9 by 21 centimeters. And then of course scored and folded in half. So let's go ahead and use our bone folder, get a nice crisp edge on there. I'm going to set this aside. We don't need this anymore for now. There we have that. And I'm going to bring in my other pieces. We need a layer of basic white. And that layer is 3.5 inches by 5.5 inches, or the metric equivalent would be 8.8 centimeters by 14.9 centimeters. Also need a pool party layer, and that is 3.25 inches by 5.5 inches, or 8.3 centimeters by 14.9 centimeters. And then we need 2 small pieces. We need a small piece of the garden green, 7/8 inches on the width. Let's move that aside. And 2.15/16. I know that sounds really odd, but that is the way I could get this slim layer around here and still have it come to the edge of my card base for this design. Or it comes out to 2.2 centimeters and 7.5 centimeters. So then you need a piece of basic white that is 3/4 inches by 2 7/8 inches, or 7.3 centimeters by 1.9 centimeters. So there are our sizes. I will also be listing them in the description of this video at the end of my presentation. Now, to save a little time, I've gone ahead my pool party piece and I've embossed this in the snowflake of the Wintry 3D embossing folders. So I chose the snowflake one. You could most certainly use the pine boughs for this card as well. Either one works, because I don't know about you, but I've been known to hang candy canes on my Christmas tree. Hi, Terry. Hi, Carol. So let's see. Let's go ahead and bring in our basic white piece and our pool party piece. And I'm going to go ahead and just attach these 2 layers to start with. Just using my seal. Now these are the same length. They're just, one is just a little bit, has a little bit on the top and the bottom for this. So you want to try to position this so that you get even on the top and the bottom. There we have that piece. And I think I can go ahead and put it on my card base. So again, leaving even edges on the top and the bottom. Hopefully that is happening, because I can't see directly overhead, because that is where my camera is, so that you all can see exactly what I'm doing as I'm doing it. So there we have that. Now let's bring in this basic white piece and my garden green piece. And I'm going to stamp the Merry and Bright out of this set. Now, I don't know about you, but sometimes, especially on my words, sometimes I just want to trim the my die cut rubber just a little bit more. So as you can see, I've gone ahead and carefully trimmed around that so that I don't get as much stamping garbage or halos around it. Bringing in real red ink. And if you notice my pad, this is still the firm foam, but this is an older style pad, but it's still the same great real red color. And I want to stamp it towards one side, and I'm going to be using this one here. So I want it, my Mary, to go all the way over to this edge. There we go. Oh yes, this color combination does look very wintry. And I need some of the mini Stampin' Dimensionals. I found that the mini Stampin' Dimensionals just was just a little bit better for this project because it has a lot of skinnier pieces. So there we have that. I put it on the Garden Green because I'm letting my ink dry just a little bit longer because I don't want to smudge that. So now this is going to be the same on this end with just a little bit of a border around 3 sides. Just carefully laying that on. Okay, there we have that. I'm going to flip that over, press it down that way. And I am taking, again, another product out of the annual catalog, which is the mini ruffled ribbon, the Real Red mini ruffled ribbon. And I like doing a ribbon like this because I don't have to tie it. So I went ahead and cut a 3-inch long piece, which in centimeters, I think that's 7.5, but let me just check. Yeah, that's approximately 7.5 centimeters. And we are going to use some glue dots and attach this ribbon to our card base. So just do one on each end and one in the middle, and we will be good to go. Oh, it didn't come off. So there we have that. There's our glue dots. And I am just kind of eyeballing this about how far up to place this. Kind of doing the best you can to get that straight. And then we want some more dimensionals on the back, but I'm going to leave a little space behind the M on this Mary. So I'm not going all the way over with my dimensional. And then I'm going to attach this on top of my red ribbon and putting it at the edge of my card. So there we have that. Now I've gone ahead to save a little time. I've gone ahead and die cut 3 of the candy canes. And you need some dimensionals on the back of these. And I'm going to put these kind of more towards one side instead of exactly in the middle, because there will be a little bit overlapping on the 2 of these. Putting plenty of dimensionals so we don't have saggy candy canes. So we had our snowstorm last night, and then true to Colorado, today the sun came out bright and shining, and now all of the snow pretty much melted away here in the Denver area. Now in the mountains, which is approximately about an hour's drive away, I'm sure they still have snow on the ground there. but most of ours just completely melted away during the day today. So let's get a few more of these, bring in another batch. I don't know about you, but I always have several packages of dimensionals going at once. You know, sheets of dimensionals, I should say, not necessarily packages. Because I use them and then I hide them from myself and I have to start a new package. Or not package, a new sheet. So there we have this. Let's get these off of here so that we can attach it to our card. And I think I'm doing okay on time. So now this is going to slide underneath there on top of the ribbon, but underneath our Merry and Bright, going about a little bit further in on this, spread it out a little bit more on the metric size card, but I'm bunching it up a little bit on this one. Let me move that just a tad. So a little bit more overlapping on the one that's done in Imperial, because it's just not quite as long on this card base. I love how you can take two different, start with two different size card bases, and just with a little bit of movement, you can actually use the same size pieces, just positioning them slightly differently. Yeah, Rose, it was cold today, and it snowed last night, so the roads were kind of not great last night. Oh, and this morning, oh, they were terrible this morning. There was a 100 pile up car 100 car pile up in downtown Denver-ish area today. I couldn't believe it. 100 cars. Now we just need to bring in some rhinestones because, you know, especially at Christmas time, everything's better with a little bit of bling. And just gonna grab some of these, put one right here, maybe move it over a tad, and then bring in another one kind of in this little star snow part of the snowflake here, and then a slightly smaller one of the medium-sized ones, just kind of up and over a little bit. And then when you cut these out, you have these edge pieces that aren't full candy canes. So I really liked the pattern on here. And I was like, well, that's just enough to cut out a strip to put on my inside layer. So your inside layer is in basic white, and it's 4 inches by 5 1/4 inches, or 10 centimeters by 14.4 centimeters. There's one right there. And then this strip here, just depending on, you know, how much you've got left over, I chose to do a 1/2 inch wide by 4 inches long to go all the way down this inside layer, or it would be 1 centimeter by 10 centimeters. So go ahead and attach this. Let's give that a little nudge. and then just kind of put this, you know what, I want it on the, do I want it opposite side of my candy canes? It doesn't really matter. Just put it on here like so. And then this would go in the inside with whatever stamped sentiment you wanted. I'm going to show you this one. I went ahead and took the wishing you lots of love, joy, and happiness this Christmas season and always, which is another stamp from this set. So every stamp that I've used is from this set. And if you didn't have the paper, you could certainly stamp the candy canes and cut those out and do the same layout for this card. So there is my card. Again, let's bring in the one that is metric. And so you can see that one. See how they're just a little bit spread out a little bit more. So I am last on the schedule today. And I want to tell you to make sure to set your alarm clocks for tomorrow morning if you're here in the United States, because, you know, tomorrow morning we will have a few more demonstrators presenting. And if you are in Australia, you may have to catch us on replay because it is dark 30 your time, really early in the morning for you. So thanks for all your lovely comments. Please be sure to order from the demonstrator that invited you. And don't forget to join us again tomorrow. We will go ahead and sign off tonight because I am the last person. And I hope you enjoyed my presentation. I love seeing all of your comments. And please, if you go ahead and do a card with a similar layout to mine, please post it on our group. We love seeing those. Anyway, until tomorrow morning, bye.